Hello, today we are going to look at how to draw isometric views in AutoCAD. So we will first look at some basic fundamentals of isometric drawings. So we have already discussed orthographic views in the previous lectures. Now if you want to give more ideas, say more angles, you can use this isometric drawing. So it's like an angle drawing. So normally then if you have isometric drawing, the reader can understand 3D object easily. So we will look at the principle behind this. Orthographic views, we have 90-degree difference. Now in isometric drawings we have 120 difference between the respective planes. So there are three uh, planes available. So basically speaking, this is isoplane top, isoplane left, isoplane right. So we have, so if you elaborate this one, you have these isoplane top, isoplane right, and isoplane left. So the meaning of isometric is iso means same measurements. So when you place an isometric object in this xyz axis, we put it at an angle, say 30 degrees to x-axis. So all these are 30 degrees. There's a 10-degree difference between the x-axis and the P1 axis. So here also we have 30-degree difference between the horizontal and the P3 axis. So this plane is called as isoplane top, this is isoplane right, this is isoplane left. So we will look at how to draw in isometric mode. So we will take an example and show you how to draw this. Now for an example, if you want to draw a circle here, you cannot draw a circle as a circle, so this is like a ellipse. So the theory is somewhat different between the isometric drawings and the orthographic drawings. So isometric drawings take some time in AutoCAD. So if you try to draw in normal mode, this is going to be somewhat difficult. So I will show you with a tutorial question, this question, how to draw this in isometric mode. Now if you don't know the isometric theory and if you try to draw it in normal orthographic mode, it will be difficult. So I will show you how to start this question. We will take the normal template as usual, AutoCAD template. Now now we have to change the software mode to isometric. So we will go here and we can just go to snap settings, or just right click on this snap settings, and there's a mode called isometric snaps. So we have to come here and change this to isometric snaps, and depending on the drawing you can get the spacing, say 0.5. this now I have a 0.5 2.5 here, so better you get 0.5 jumps. Then snap can be on. Then I am going to polar track in here, and we need 30-degree angle, so this additional angle is not required. So we will take 30 degrees here. So these are the basic settings we have to set up. So polar tracking should be on because I am having 30-degree angle here, and snap and grid, you can decide whether this is 1 or 0.5, and this should be isometric snaps. So this can be also 0.5 depending on the measurements we have. So we will now we have set up the settings. Now you can see the grid has been changed to isometric mode. It's at an angle now, it's not facing towards you. So the line tool, we can start from the line tool. Now these snaps are now nicely working, so it's jumping now. So I will start with the easy things. Easy thing is drawing these rectangles. So this is actually in isoplane right, so we better go here and change the mode to isoplane right? So this is not a must to do. You can even draw in isometric isoplane left. This part you can draw isoplane left also, but when it comes to circles you have to clearly select these planes. Now better you select the plane and do it, then your grid has been changed to right view now. So I'm going to draw this right view down. It's 1 in height, 2 in width. So you can just use the grids and draw this, because I have started the snaps. So this is 1. I don't need to type. If you want you can type, say 2, go up by 1 and close. Now this has been drawn. So this is isoplane left 2.51. so better you change the mode to isoplane left. Now the grid has been changed to left view. This is, so you see the angle is now automatically taken. I don't need to type because 30 degrees given, so 30-degree multiples have been taken. So this is 2.5 going down and closing like this. Then we can draw this part. I'm trying to draw easy parts. This length is 2.5 minus 1 is 1.5, so 1.5, and we can just come and close this. Now it's not advisable to draw these angles because I don't know these angles. You can calculate, but it's not needed. You can draw this part easily and connect this point and this point from a line. That's the easiest way. So I'll try to draw a vertical line, 1 drawn. Then I'm trying to draw the top part. Now you can observe that I didn't change the plane. So if you really worried about this, you can change the plane, no problem. Isoplane top. Without plane changing also you can draw these things, no problem with these kind of drawings. Now these two lines are not belong to any of the planes, so you can just use the normal line tool and you can use the normal line tool and close this. So I have drawn the basic shape. Now it's over. Now here the difficult part will be the dimensions. So if you look at the dimensions, these dimensions are not really good. These dimensions are orthographic dimensions. It's looking towards you, just like these fonts here. These dimensions are also looking towards you, but the most accurate way of giving the dimensions is this. This is also not really good. Dimensions should be lie on the planes. So if you just look at our lecture, so all the text should be lined on these planes nicely, and the dimensions also should be lined on the planes. Now we will look at how to draw ellipse, how to draw circles here. So if you just try to run the circle command, it won't work. Now my plane is, say we will select the plane also, we will select the right plane and try to draw circles here. This is just, I'll turn off the snaps now. Now we don't need the snaps. I don't need the grid snaps now. See, this is the circle, so it's really not correct. So if you just try to draw a circle here, we can change the planes here to top. Go to circle commands. This is the way. So all these circles are looking towards you. This is not the way. So you have to use the ellipse commands to draw these circles, but if you try to use these normal tools, it won't work. So we have to run a command called ellipse in the command prompt and start this. So we will type ellipse, and there's a special ellipse called isocircle, so you have to select that one, and my plane is now correctly selected as the top plane. So we can now give a center and the radius and draw it. Now you can see nicely it has been drawn on the top plane. But if you try to repeat this isocircle command, in this it's wrong. You have to change the plane. So you have to come here and change the plane to right and repeat the isocircle command. Now it's correctly applied. Now if you want to draw here, it's the left plane. You have to change the plane again to left and repeat the isocircle command and give the center, give the radius and draw. So this is the way we should handle these kind of circles. So it's not actually a circle, it's an isocircle. If you try to dimension this using the radius tool, it won't work. It's not a circle or an arc. So if you want to dimension this, you need to normally use this multi-leader tools and manually type the values. That's the easiest way of doing this. So we can type a radius, say something like this. So this is also not really accurate because it's looking towards you, so you have to change the dimensions. Now we will apply the dimensions and see how it works. Now we will apply dimensions. So we have to use this linear dimensions, sorry, angle dimensions. So I will just apply some angle dimensions. Now you can see the dimensions are not really appealing, not good. So we will do it and see. So according to the assignment, this is 2.5, 1, 1.5. So I'll just delete this 1 and 1. Right. Now these dimensions are not really good. So I didn't do this. It's the same as this one. So if you want, you can put that one also. There's no space here. That's the problem. Take this side. Now these dimensions and these dimensions are not quite good. So we have to change the angles now. So this is called oblique angle. So we in the dimension class I didn't tell you about this. So now I'm going to use this oblique angle tool and correct these angles. So oblique angles normally take 30 degrees and 60 likewise multiples of 30. So now this angle, so the concept of oblique is, now this is normally 30 degrees angle to this horizontal axis. So you can assume this is as around 30 degrees or 60 degrees and select this dimension and same as this one, and you can apply an oblique angle say around 30. So when you apply this oblique angle 30, you can see this was now aligned to this axis, this isoplane top. So the both are now okay. So this is actually a time consuming method, but there is no other way in AutoCAD. So this is also this should be also changed. Now we can try that even. So we apply the oblique angle here, enter. Now if you just press 30 here, nothing will happen. So you can see it's not 30. So you can try minus 30. Say for this one, it's enter minus 30. So it's now okay, but it's not the way we want. So this should be on the right plane. So this should be again turned back to 90 degrees. So we can use this oblique again and apply 90 again. So this is now corrected. So you see this is not going to be somewhat tedious task. So we will look at one by one and try to correct this now. Sometimes your guess may be incorrect, so don't worry, we will do it. So this is now 30 this side, so it should be again rotated by 90 degrees. Enter. Now it's sorry, minus 30, should be minus 30, minus 30. So this is okay. Again repeat oblique, this guy, $30, but it's not good. Again repeat, it should be 90 degrees. Now it's okay. So when the drawing getting complex, or in the drawing has lot of dimensions, this will take some time. So we'll try the other ones also. Minus 30, sorry. So the dimensions are now quite okay, but the text is not really good. So you can see I have aligned the dimensions now by using the oblique angle, but the text is not quite good as dimension arrows. Now when it comes to a big drawing, this is going to be somewhat difficult, so we have to do one by one. So we have to create some styles. Next we'll look at how to use the style tools and do this. Now when it comes to text typing, according to the plane you are working, these text should be nicely aligned. So these are nicely aligned in my drawing. So this is aligned to left, this is aligned to right, this is aligned to top. So how can you type like this? That is the question we have now. So if you can type this way, these dimensions text also should be typed accordingly that way. So I will show you how to do this. Later we will incorporate the styles to this, which makes it faster. So we will look at the fundamentals now. So I'll just try to type a normal text. Height is 0.2, angle 0. So you will so I will use the standard style, text style. So I have created a different style. Now we will look at this standard style and do this and change it to new style. So standard style is going to be used. We'll type it. Starting point we'll just give somewhere here. Height 0.2, angle 0. We will just set CAD. Now when you type this, if you look at the properties here, oblique angle has been given. Normally it's like this. So this text is normally typed this manner. So it's not really good. So it's not on this plane. So even if I take this text to take a copy here, same problem. Take a copy here, same problem. So you can see this text is not aligned with the plane. So we will angle this now. So we have to go to these properties. You can just select the text and go to properties. Here this property palette will appear. Now in this property palette we have to change the angle as rotation angle as well as the oblique angle. So when you change this rotation, this should be 30 degrees. You see it's still not coming like this way. So you have to give a oblique angle. Oblique angle should be also 30 degrees. So now it's all quite good. So it's on this plane now. So I gave these settings: rotation 30, oblique 30 for the right plane. So you have to remember these settings when it comes to assignment or a drawing. So we will look at this now. Left plane, this rotation should be minus 30, and the oblique angle should be also minus 30. So this will now good. This is now good. Now this is also we have to change the angles. It should be similar to this, almost similar to this. Rotation angle is 30, oblique angle is minus 30. So these values you can do experiments and get it, but try to remember since I'm teaching you. So you can just remember these values, then quickly we can adjust the text align according to the planes you need. So these three values should be remembered. So these three settings. So here 30 minus 30 or 330. Here 330 or minus 30 minus 30. Or here 30. So these three values should be incorporated when it comes to dimensions here also. So if I do it manually, you can select this dimension and see whether we can do that. Now here next we have the rotation. It should be 30, but we unfortunately in AutoCAD you can't find the oblique angle here. So the oblique angle is only coming from the text style, or if you select individual text in the dimension properties, you can't find the oblique angle. So we are having a small issue. So I hope you understand. These text tools have both oblique and rotation angle, but the dimension tool has only rotation only, no oblique. So we have to if you look at the dimension styles settings, you can't find any oblique angles here. So we cannot find oblique angle here, not here, not here. So there is no oblique angle in any of these areas, but you have the oblique angle in the text style or the text tools. So what we do is we go to text tools and there's an oblique angle here. So we are going to create two different text styles. We don't need to create three different text styles because we right plane is taken plus 30, left plane is taken minus 30, top plane is also taken minus 30. So you have to select create two different styles, text styles, and incorporate those two different styles with the dimension styles. So now the left has been already created, minus 30. This is also can be taken as top and left shares the same oblique angle, minus 30. Then we have to have right one. Right will have plus 30. So this is the theory behind this oblique. Don't touch the standard one we don't need. Right we have 30 degrees and left and top we have minus 30. Apply. So I am using left and top now, make it current. So if you look at this now, I am using the right one here. Right one is 30, left and top are minus 30. So this can be set as the current one. Okay, left and top. Now this is my left dimension. So you can now you have put the normal dimension using the standard styles. If you want, now you can come here and change this text style to text style to left and top. So the left and top has been taken, but the rotation has not been given. So the left and top, this is actually left, rotation is minus 30. Now you can see it's clearly taken. So if you go through this one, this should be right style. So I have used the standard style to put the dimension, but text style should be right, but the rotation angle is 30. So rotation angle should be changed. I hope you understand this theory now. So this is top style, top text style. Text style should be left and top, and the angle is 30. Rotation is 30. Similar here. So you can actually match the styles now. We don't need to go through one by one. So there's a matching tool available here. Where is it? Match properties. So this should be matched to this guy, this guy. So all are now the same style. So this can be matched. This can be matched to this. I can match it quickly. This way. And this can be matched to this one. Matching. So I hope you understood the concept. So what we did was we used the standard dimension and we changed the text styles accordingly. So if you want to do it very accurately, you can create dimension styles also. So if you want to do it very accurately, what we can do is we can come here to dimension styles and create dimension styles and incorporate them in the incorporate textiles inside that. So we can come here and have these textiles in the dimension style also. So we will look at that next.